Hello. Today I'm making Gεμιστά. It's a traditional Greek recipe that every household in Greece makes it at least twice a month. So basically, well, in the United States, when you go to a restaurant, they always have stuffed peppers. I don't know why, but in Greece they do a variety of peppers, tomatoes, zucchini. What else? They do stuff also onions, but I will stick to tomatoes, these two peppers, these two varieties of peppers. I have like 15-20 vegetables, and the zucchini. So what I wanted to show you, I started preparing all these. I cut up one onion, already 3 cloves of garlic. I have a whole bunch of parsley and cilantro, and I will stuff the vegetables. I will make it a vegan dish. I will stuff them with rice, herbs and spices. I will use water and wine for the rice. I have 1.5 cup of rice. I will use also the innards, the insides of the tomatoes. I'm not going to throw them out. So let me just start with the easiest of all. I'm going to go with the pepper. Basically, you cut the top, and when it comes to the stem inside, some people, more in the United States at least, they throw it out. That's edible. You shouldn't throw it out. So the very top, this needs to be cut and thrown out because it's not edible. But the rest of it underneath, oh, it's really delicious, and you should use that to make the stuffing. So here you go. I have some stuffing here. I'm going to put it over there. So basically this pepper is done. I'm going to put it on the side. You can do the same thing with every other pepper. Preserve the stem inside. Get rid of as many seeds as you can. Here you go. You can put them also under the water a little bit to make it easier. This particular pepper, the top was not as woody as the other one, so what I will do, get rid of all these seeds. I'm just going to slice it. And put it in with the rest of the stuffing. So also the very top of the vegetables, just slice them just a little bit. But this is very nice to show it as you serve the dish as decoration. It's really very pretty. Also, what I do here, I have a little dish on the side where I use for the kitchen scraps that I'm gonna put in my mulch pile later on. Also, what I do is here I preserve the tops of onions and I plant them back into the garden. Now, I finished this. I have to do 2 more peppers, but I'm not going to show you everything. I just want to show you the cucumber, the zucchini. I bought this tool from someplace online. Basically, it's curved and helps you clean the inside of the zucchini. So I cut the ends of the zucchini, but I preserve the ends because I'm gonna, after I stuff the zucchini, I'm gonna use the ends to close it. So and then you use this tool. Well, this tool goes so far. Then I'm gonna go on the other side. There you go. Comes out like a cylinder, and in here, here, I'm going to be putting the stuffing. So what I will do, I will try nice and easy to remove as much as I can of the inside of the zucchini. So, but you need this tool. You know, some people, I've seen people that they cut the zucchini in half with a knife. No. That's, you know, it's not good. So you just need to plan a little bit ahead of time, and you need to buy this this wonderful tool. I don't remember how much it cost. It wasn't too expensive, just a few dollars. So what I will do with this, with the inside of the zucchini, I'm just going to slice it, dice it, cut it up, and I will use it to put it into the stuffing. There you go. So you'll do as many zucchinis as you want. In my case, I have 1, 2, 5 total zucchini. The next, I'm going to show you the tomato. Well, it's the end of April now in the United States, and the vegetables that we have, they're not the best vegetables. But if you were to make this in the middle of the summer, oh boy, you know, you go to the supermarket and you buy these beautiful tomatoes. So you need to preserve the top. Obviously the tomato is washed, all the vegetables are washed. So, and I have this little melon bowler that I use. I'm going to move this over so you can see, to hollow out the tomato. Of course, now it's not very difficult to do that because the tomato is not, you know, like the tomato that you buy in the summer, where the tomatoes are nice, ripe, on the vine, and they're nice and soft and delicious and flavorful. These tomatoes were probably grown who knows where. And you need to save, again, these innards because we're going to put it into the stuffing, so don't throw it out. And also what I do is for every top that I cut, I match it with the bottom and I put it on the side. So later on when you put the tomatoes together, you're going to everything's going to match nicely. So now what I do with these little tomatoes, the pieces that I got from the melon bowler, I cut them, you know, without going crazy, as much as I can. You know, my mom and my grandmothers in Greece, basically they lived in the kitchen, and this dish is so much work. Oh yeah, it is delicious, yes, but boy, it's a lot of work. So I threw out a little piece of the tomato that was near the stem. So you just cut it a little bit so the pieces they will cook a little bit faster and they'll blend a little bit nicer. All right, so what I'll do the rest of the tomatoes, the peppers, the zucchini, and also have to get a couple of potatoes, and I'll show you how to do the potatoes too. See you in a few. All right. The pan is nice and hot. I added the olive oil. You know how much? About 3 tablespoons, you know. One yellow onion. Move it around a little bit to coat the olive oil to coat the onion, and then I will add the tomato paste, about no more than 2 tablespoons. The heat is on medium high. Wait for the onion to soften up a little bit. In the meantime, I cut up the parsley and the cilantro. I have the potatoes ready. I cut the potatoes, Idaho potatoes, 2 large Idaho potatoes, nice chunks, not too small, not like McDonald's French fries. All right, I'll make a little bit of room in the middle. I'll put in the tomato paste. The innards from the peppers. One cup. Any kind of rice. I'm using Basmati, Carolina. Mix it in a little bit. Now I have a cup of vegetable stock here. I have a cup of Riesling wine. And then I will add the juices and all the innards from the tomatoes. Give it all a nice mix. raise the temperature a little bit, bring it to a boil. And I'm going to cook this about 10-12 minutes for the rice to absorb the liquids. And at that point, in about 10-12 minutes, I will add parsley and cilantro. I have a few raisins and the spices. I have paprika, dried dill, cumin, salt, and oregano. All right, a couple of larger pieces of tomatoes. I broke them up. So this came to a boil, and now I will turn it to low, and I set the timer for 10 minutes. I'll see you in 10 minutes. As we're waiting for the rice to cook, I'm going to work on the vegetables here. I'm going to try to distribute everything nice and evenly. So I'm going to put one of these peppers in each container. This one, I'm going to put a tomato here and another tomato over here. Zucchini here. I have 3 zucchinis here. I'll take 1 zucchini and move it over here. Take the green pepper, put it over here. That's about even. Too much red here. I'll swap these 2 peppers. There you go. So 2 reds, 2 reds, 2 reds. You know, it doesn't matter, but so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to prick with a fork each one of the vegetables. That way when they cook, the juices will be distributed nicely in the pan. Peppers, tomato, zucchini. The zucchini, we'll have to treat it a little bit differently because I have to put a little bit of salt inside. The zucchini is very bland, and I need to enhance the flavor a little bit. Lots of work. There we go. So the other things, I have to get a little bit of sugar, and each one of the tomatoes will get a little bit of sugar so it's not too acidic. There you go. Almost done. There you go. So the next step, olive oil. This is a Greek dish and it needs olive oil. Don't skimp on the olive oil. What I'm going to do is use my hands and put Put the olive oil inside and out, the potatoes, the vegetables. Mediterranean cuisine uses a lot of olive oil, so let's not forget that. Okay, so now I'm gonna get the salt for the zucchini and the sugar. I'm sugar now for the tomatoes. There you go. Some sugar. Put it inside the tomatoes. There's a little bit of extra, huh? I'm not going to throw it out. And a little bit of salt.
Just a little bit to sprinkle in there. There you go.
Put a little bit of salt also on the tomatoes here. I mean the stuffing. 2 minutes left. Cumin. Mediterranean cuisine uses lots of cumin. 1 minute left. Dry dill. A little bit of paprika. Dry oregano. Parsley. I'll say good 2 cups of parsley. 1 cup of cilantro. And mix the whole thing. See, if you were to make this dish and you also added a ground beef, the ground beef will give lots of flavor to the vegetables that you're stuffing them with. But now that we're not using the beef and we don't have that fat for flavoring, so we need to add all these herbs and spices. And as you can see, that the rice has been absorbing lots of the liquid. Now I'm going to add about half a cup of raisins. Mix it in. You know, I see it has a little bit of liquid on the bottom, so I'm going to cook it for another couple of minutes. You don't want it to be too juicy. Also, right before I was adding the olive oil to the vegetables, I added I forgot to add garlic, so I added it a little bit too late, but that's okay. So this is nicely mixed in. So what I'm going to do, I will raise the temperature to about medium and cook it for 2-3 minutes for the liquid to be absorbed. While I'm waiting for the juices to evaporate, I'm going to add potatoes to each dish. So I try to cut the potatoes, you know, not like French fries, but also not too thick. And I got 2 large potatoes, large. There you go. That's it. Now I'm going to wait for the rice to cook. I mean the juices to evaporate. Another minute or 2. Okay, we're ready. I'm going to play with the potatoes a little bit to be covered, to slaughter them with oil, but I didn't do that before. Oil, olive oil. So this is a vegan dish. Raspi is eating her food over there. So where's my, here's the spoon. I have a little spoon. This is ready. And now comes the stuffing. So you just take, I waited about 5-10 minutes for the stuffing to cool down a little bit. Especially with the tomatoes, you don't want to overstuff them because the rice will expand. And they'll well, they're not going to explode, but they're going to crack. They're going to crack. I was online on Reddit before, a couple of days ago. Well, not a couple of days ago, about a week ago. And I posted a picture of the time that I made, the last time I made stuffed vegetables. And people there couldn't believe it, that the peppers, the tomatoes, and the potatoes too were all in the same pot. They were very impressed. So now normally I have stuffing left. So what you do with the extra stuffing, you just put it around the pan. So okay, and now the difficult part, doing the zucchini. Maybe you can just push it a little bit like that. Yeah, the zucchini is the toughest one. And you want to make sure that the stuffing is cooled down before you start stuffing your vegetables, because you're going to be surprised. All right. And here are the ends. So let me show you. So I'm going to put the end backwards. And it doesn't stay on all the time, but you do the best that you can.
There you go. Then you put a couple of potatoes on the ends there. Keep it together. And you go on with the next dish. In the meantime, I have to preheat the oven to 350. Make that 350. Let me see. I gave Raspy some chicken to leave me alone. She ate most of it. Raspy's our cat. And she calls the shots in this house. Alright.
I'll turn it around. So, and we're going to cook it in the oven, in a 350 degree oven, for 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Do not cook it any less than that, because the results are not going to be as impressive. So, there's another top. I'm going to put a potato there. So, I will see you in a few minutes. I'll stop everything. I'll put stop all the vegetables, put it in the oven, set it for an hour and a half. So I'll see you in an hour and a half.
I had to put the phone down for a minute. There we go. See, this vegetable exploded. I overstuffed it, I guess. So this Greek dish is called Γεμιστά, and basically translates to stuffed. It implies stuffed vegetables. So I will let it cool down for about 5 seconds, and then I'm going to start eating. No, you got to give it at least 20 minutes for this thing to cool down before you're eating it. But the potatoes, oh my goodness, oh, delish. All right, talk to you later.